Everybody, JC here with another TNINews video. And today I'm just shooting this quick video. It's a Sunday and I wanted to talk to you guys. Some news broke this weekend about what looks like possibly a Toys R Us exclusive Marvel Legends set with a new Sentinel figure and probably a 6-inch figure. Now, I don't have a lot of actual details to share with you at this time, unfortunately. I'm pretty much left with the same information you all have, but I've seen a lot of rampant speculation and some people kind of taking that speculation and stating it as fact. So I kind of wanted to just separate what is known, what is actually known about this set, and then again, what is just people's speculation, including my own speculation of what this set is actually going to include. So just if you're not familiar, if you haven't seen the news or what have you, basically how this went down is Toys R Us, I believe on Friday, posted on their Twitter feed a video introducing us to a Toys R Us employee. His name was Aaron, and basically his job is to select toys to go into their fan vault, which I think is a reference to the special collector aisle they have in Toys R Us stores. If you watch the video, they show us an aisle and it says fan vault. I've never seen the fan vault signs up in my Toys R Us at least, but you know, they do have that aisle where they have like NECA figures and mostly collectible figures, not figures for the younger kids and stuff. But in this video, and that's really not the important part, in this video though, they show Aaron's desk. He works in a cubicle and looks like a pretty cool job. If I was willing to move to New Jersey, which is where Toys R Us is headquartered, it might be a job I would be tempted and wanting to have, though honestly I don't know how secure jobs at Toys R Us are these days. But anyway, they show us his cubicle and they kind of pan around, and of course he's got a lot of action figures and stuff on display on his desk and in his cubicle and everything. And one of the things they show is this box that looks to be a Marvel Legends box set, not before released box set. And what we have to go by, and again, this is what we know, the box shows artwork for a Sentinel and Wolverine from Days of Future Past. And it says X-Men, and up at the top of the box it says Marvel Legends series. And then also in the corner, kind of like with the comics, how the comics used to be, it shows a head of the Sentinel and Wolverine. And we can see the side of the box, and it looks like on the side it just says X-Men Days of Future Past, and on the front it says X-Men Days of Future Past. So that is all we know. Actually, there's one other thing. When they show the box in the video, they also show it's next to what looks like the prop replica, the Marvel Legends Thor hammer prop replica. So that gives us an idea of what the size of the box is, which is a decent size. I think that hammer is somewhere a little bit over 12 inches tall. So, you know, basically it looks like this is going to be something big. Now that basically is all we know as fact about this at this time. So now brings in the speculation parts. So first of all, is this a Toys R Us exclusive? Yes, we are seeing it for the first time, the set for the first time in a video from Toys R Us, but there's nothing on the box that indicates that this is a Toys R Us exclusive. And in fact, some of the other things that we see in Aaron's cubicle are things that I don't think are actually going to be carried at Toys R Us. Like they show some Teen Titan Funko figures, some 4-inch Funko figures, which are being released in this month's DC subscription box from Funko. And you can even see, and it's the same ones because you can see when they pan by it, you can see the DC box exclusive on the card back. So, you know, maybe they'll carry those figures at some point, but I don't think those are actually something that Toys R Us is carrying. It's just something he has at his desk. Now, I'm imagining that this is something that we will see at Toys R Us because they do actually make a point to kind of like, you know, they pan by it real quick in the beginning of the video, and then later on they show it and kind of mention it by saying Marvel. They have Marvel stuff. They show that box specifically. So I'm guessing it is something that they are going to be carrying. but I wouldn't necessarily say at this time that it's a Toys R Us exclusive. There is nothing on the box that says Toys R Us exclusive, and so again, that is just speculation. It might be a Toys R Us exclusive. Something like this generally tends to be an exclusive, so very good chance that it could be a Toys R Us exclusive, but that is not confirmed at this time. Now, what else do we know? Well, again, the box features artwork of a Sentinel and Wolverine from Days of Future Past. So that leads us to believe that inside the box is going to be some kind of Sentinel figure and some kind of Wolverine figure. What scale? We don't know. Marvel Legends series is used basically for 6-inch, 12-inch, and 3 3/4-inch figures these days. So it's no means a guarantee that this is meant to be a 6-inch scale box set. My guess is it probably will. Hasbro really has not been putting any emphasis on the 3 3/4-inch anymore. So, you know, my guess is technically it's going to be a 6-inch scale box set with a 6-inch figure and then the Sentinel figure. Could be just a 12-inch figure, I guess. That's slightly possible, but the packaging really looks nothing like any of the other 12-inch figures that we've seen. So my best guess, and again, this is just a guess, is this is going to incorporate a 6-inch Wolverine figure and then a Sentinel figure. Now, what Wolverine figure and what Sentinel figure? Now, that's the big question, no pun intended. And this, again, is just purely my guess, but I don't think this is likely going to be a brand new Sentinel that Hasbro's newly sculpted from scratch and is going to give us. You know, again, that's just purely my guess, but I tend to doubt that, especially if this is just a Toys R Us exclusive, that that's what they've done. My best guess is they've taken this Sentinel, which you can see here. This is originally released in the Marvel Universe line, and it is a really nice toy. I mean, it is definitely Marvel Legends. It's on par with Marvel Legends stuff. It's just at the time they released this, Hasbro's emphasis was on the 3 3/4-inch line, and so that's the banner that they put it under. But this is actually taller. This is actually a little bit taller than the Toy Biz Sentinel that was done as a Build-A-Figure. So this one actually stands a hair taller than this older Toy Biz one. And this one definitely looks like the one that's featured on the artwork. They did this in 2 different versions. They did it in 2 different paint schemes. This is the more classic paint scheme, and this is the paint scheme that the one on the box has. So I'm thinking that this is going to be a modified. I don't know if it'll be just a straight up re-release. This does have electronics. It's actually pretty heavy. You push this button here. And his eyes light up and he says stuff. So I could see that they maybe have removed the electronics and maybe even gave us a different head sculpt or something like that. I don't know. But I'm guessing primarily this is what the Sentinel is going to be, or some kind of slight variation of this. Now, again, that's just a guess, so I'm not saying that's definitely what it's going to be, but that's my best guess at this time. Now, as for the Wolverine figure, I'm thinking it's probably going to be a 6-inch figure, and it's probably going to be a modified version of the Old Man Logan figure. The Days of Future Past Wolverine was an older, looked older, not quite as old as this with the solid gray hair. So it'll probably be a different head sculpt, and they'll probably, change the paint applications a bit. But I'm thinking basically it's just going to be a modified version of this Old Man Logan figure that we got last year. Now, what is going to cost? What's the price of this going to be? I don't know. Probably in the neighborhood of $100 if it is this Sentinel, especially if they continue to have the electronics in it. But again, I really don't know at this time. I've done some checking and no indication of anything, about it being in Toys R Us computers or anything. That doesn't mean it's not there. Some brief checking I did last night, and I haven't come up with anything. So I'm sure we will hear more about this in the coming days. Toy Fair is basically a month away, the New York Toy Fair, and so if nothing else, we'll probably hear something about this then. And of course, Marvelous News will be covering it in full detail. So not to worry. Details, again, I'm sure will be coming out very soon. But I just, like I said, there was a lot of speculation I had been seeing going around. So I just want to kind of, give you guys a heads up about it in case you hadn't seen it. And then just kind of differentiate what is actually known about this set and what is not known about this. I've seen some people like say this is going to be a 3-foot tall Sentinel, and I really doubt it. The box is not big enough, I don't think, to incorporate something that big. The box, of course, is going to be bigger than what's actually inside, and I think this would be the perfect size. This Sentinel here would be the perfect size for that box that we see in the video. But time will tell and see, you know, what's actually inside and what have you, if it's a Toys R Us exclusive and all that. And as soon as that news does come available, you know, we will be sure to update this story on Marvelous News, and I will probably do a new video about it at that time. All right, guys, so I hope you guys have a great weekend, and until next time, I'll catch you later.